Hi, my name is Ernesto Cosentino, and this is my demonstration from a mobile application called FinTrack. FinTrack is a personal finance app that I developed using Swift UI and Firebase. I designed FinTrack to help users take control of their budget, expenses, and financial goals in a clean and simple UI that is clean to use and easy to understand. Without further ado, we will start with demonstrating this application. So when we first launch the application, we can see the login, the authentication screens, which is the login and the sign up page. We can see that we can go back and forth between the login and the sign up through this button here. That is a link. Uh, if we don't have an account, we can sign up. If we already have an account, we can sign in using email, full name, password, and we also need to confirm the password to be able to sign in. To be able to sign up, sorry, and to be able to sign in, we just need to have an email and password. For this authentication is handled using Firebase authentication, and for this demo, I'll first create a user and go through the functionalities, and after that, I'll log out and try to log into a different test account that I've previously set up, and also log back into the account we created together. All right. Without further ado, we go here and we create an email, and for the email, let's say I do z@z.com. And for the full name, let's say I say demo final. That's my full name. And for the password, we can see that the button is still not accessible. Still like, and when we tap on the password, we can type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can see that the button is still not active. And once we 6 and then 7 and then 1 here, we can also try to confirm the password. We have a little check mark saying that it's not the same. And let's try to do till 7, and it says that it's ready and it's the same. So the button automatically becomes active. And once the button's active, we can sign up. And as soon as we sign up, we land at the home screen, which provides a quick overview of their budget, of the user's budget, the current spending, and active goals. However, it is currently empty because the user doesn't have expenses or anything like that. This screen generally updates in real time as data has changed. Like if I change the data in any screen, this will update automatically. So first off, we're going to move to the budget screen. This is where users can set up their monthly budget. They can also assign budgets to specific categories. We can see here, we can set a budget. Let's say we set a budget of 1,000. We can see here that it has a view that shows the budget summary, with the total budget being 1,000, the remaining being 1,000, and the amount spent being 0. And we can see here that we can distribute, like I said, the budget to specific categories. We can specifically input here 100, here another 100, here another 100, here 50, and then here 100. And we can see here that the remaining amount to distribute becomes 550. We can't really see it in the UI because I've implemented in the UI now, because I've implemented a decimal only keyboard, so users cannot input negative amounts or even letters. But even if they were able to do it, I have implemented error handling processes that will manage those things. So I also have an add category here button, where if I press it, I can add a category. And let's say I add a category that says demo. I add it, and it comes up here, and I can add a budget to it. It automatically sets the budget to 0, but I can add a budget to it, and once I confirm these, we can go here and expenses, and we can see that I still have 1,000 remaining. And if we come to home, now we have a progress bar that shows the budget, the amount spent, the remaining budget as well. And then after that, when we go to the expense, we can see here that we have an expense list of recent expenses. We have an add expense button and the amount. So, and we can select categories here of different expenses that I have. I also have the demo that I've added dynamically, so the app allows users to add custom categories depending on their expenses types, because some people might spend money on rent, other people might spend money on demo in this instance. So let's say I spend £15 on food, and then let's say I spend the 150 on transport. You can see that I only have remaining budget is 100, but if I try to spend 150, says this expense will exceed your transport budget, so it will not let me spend more money than I actually have. So so I can add 50, or let's say I go to entertainment, I can add 80, and then let's say I go to others, and let's say I spend £90. This will trigger an alert that says you've used over 85% of your others budget. Consider reviewing your spending. This is an alert that it triggers because I spent a lot of my budget. And here you can see that the recent expenses list shows the date and the category of and also the amount that I've spent. And once we go to the home screen, now that I have actual data and actual spendings, we can see that the home UI is updated. We have like a pie chart here that shows the portion of spending. I also have a list of spending here that shows the date and the category of what I spent my money on. And we can see here if we, for instance, delete the food budget, we can also delete it. And once we delete it, we can see that it updates dynamically. And we can also see it on the expense list that it disappears. Now, if I go on food, I see that I have £100 as budget, so it dynamically updates and goes back to the total budget if I spend money. I can also delete it from here, and if I delete it from here, and we can see the budget here, I have 730 left. And if I go to expenses and I delete this, I only have then I'll have 780 because I've deleted my last expense. And other functionalities that I have is is a goals view. The goal tab here, the goal tab here lets users set and track financial goals. Here it says no goals yet. Add your first financial goal. So if we tap here, I can add a goal title, and we can see that the save button is disabled. So if I have here, and I can add, let's say, demo for instance, and my target amount is 100. We can see that, like I said previously, I only have a decimal point, a decimal pad, so it won't allow me to input anything but decimals. But even if the user were to input something else, I have validations that will make the that will make the that will make the app handle it. So I have safe error handlings. And then we can see that it will not allow me to save past dates. They're disabled, so I can only save future dates, and the button becomes available once I set a date. And then once I set a date, I can save it, and I can contribute to this. I can add 10, and then I can add another another financial goal. I can add another financial goal saying demo 2, and the target amount will be 150. Target date will be 16th, and here I can also add £10, and I can add 15, and uh, if I here then if here then I add another 25, and then we can see here that the progress bar and the percentage updates dynamically. After this, if I go on my trends view, which is my other view that I have, we can see uh, how my spending is distributed across categories. Here we can see how much budget I have, how much I spent, how much I have remaining. I can see my budget versus my actual, how much I spent is on red, how much my actual budget is on green. So we also have a spending trend, spending over time, to see how much money the user spent day to day, over the month. And then we also have a budget utilization here and my expenses by category. I have different pie chart, graph charts, and also line trends that is not visible right now, but I will show you a previously created test account that has spent over time, and we'll display it there. And I also have a goal progress uh, graph that is easy to understand, easy to visualize, and users can come here and basically look at their financial behavior, because and to help them understand how much they spend and etc. These charts are all dynamic and update automatically based on the data that the user inputs. For instance, if I go on goals that is 16% here and contribute £10, it will show me 23 here, because it was uh sorry if I contribute £10, uh it was 23%. If I contribute £10, it becomes 30, and we can see here that it went to 30. It was 23. So you can see that everything updates dynamically. For instance, if we go to shopping on expenses, and I add £50 to my shopping expense, and I complete it, of course it will give me an alert because of my budget being over 85%, because I spent more than 85% of my budget. But if we go on trends, it will show me here that my shopping is at £50 too, and here it will show me that I finished my budget utilization, and uh, here it will show me that I've completed my budget too, with the budget versus actual, and the shopping is also visible here, and my spent amount has also increased and my remaining has decreased. And for my finally, I also have if I here I also have a goals notification that triggers if I reach my if I'm close to my goal. So if I add £50 here, I will get a goal progress. You're almost there. You saved 85% of your £100 target for demo. Only 15 left to go. So this will allow users to be encouraged to save more. And here we can see that we are at 85%. And finally, I can show you the profile management that I've implemented. Here I have the version model and the demo that shows the first name and the last name and the email, and I have here edit password, and I can edit the password. I can here I have I can change the demo final to, I don't know, changed changed name, and if I save it, it will save and it'll become changed name. However, one thing I didn't fully implement is the changing of the email, because Firebase expects me to 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 verify my email, and I didn't implement the email verification. for the security measures. Therefore, so when I try to save this, it will tell me to please verify my email before changing it, and it won't let me change it. That was not implemented because of time constraints. However, everything else is implemented. The delete account is also implemented. I will show you after. I will delete this after I've logged back in. So for now, let's sign out and let's try to log into another account that I previously set up already. Test@test.com. Password is 1234567, and I sign in. And you can see here that is different amounts of spending that I have. My expenses list is different. My categories are different. We can see here my spending over time because this has been created a long time ago. So it has the line graph, the the line trend, the line trends that I previously talked about. My budget here, I have it, and if I press, I didn't previously show you, but if I press here, this is intended for the user to press it at the end of each pay cycle for him to reset his pay, and editing your budget will reset spending to zero. Now I say cancel because I don't want to reset all my spending to zero. This basically what it does is it clears the user's data and it lets him start over for the new month. And then after this, these are old contributions that I've made. You see it says minus 9 days left. If I didn't achieve it by the time I set out to, it will still show the days left, but now in minus and in red to alert the user to save more because what he intended to save for, the date by which he intended to save for is past. So we can see that the setting gear is accessible from all the pages, and if we press here now, I can then sign out and sign in to the to the previous account, which is z@z.com, and the password is the same as 1234567. You can see that the button only becomes available after a certain password strength, and then when we sign in, we can see now the previous budgets we had and the previous spend we have. And once we can edit profile, we can delete the account, and it says, are you sure you want to delete the account? This section cannot be undone. I'll delete the account. Once it's done, it will sign me up. And if I do z@z.com, and if I try to do 1234567, it will not let me sign in because the account no longer exists. However, if I change this to my test@test.com, it will definitely let me sign in because this account still exists. This is my project. It was very fun to do. FinTrack allows users to securely sign up, log in, to edit and add to their and track their expenses, set up and manage their budgets, and create and contribute to their financial goals, and also visualize their expenses and goals in a way that's very easy on the eye and is very understandable. The back end is fully integrated with Firebase and the front end is built with Swift UI. I followed an MVVM architecture, making this app scalable, responsive, and user-friendly. Thank you for watching my demo. I hope you enjoyed it. Learning to develop this app was very satisfying and I learned a lot, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this demo. If you have any further questions, please, I'll be more than happy to answer it during the Viva. Thank you very much.